Good afternoon everyone, my name is Hilda Chavez. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you guys 4 of my favorite salsas. So here is the recipe for each and one of them. I'm not going to confuse you guys with each and one of them right now. I'm not going to mention all of them, but I am going to tell you that there's a little mixture of everything in between all these salsas, and all the ingredients are just about the same. So we're going to start with the easiest one because I already have my pan boiling down in the back. As a matter of fact, I'm going to use Reynolds wraps as well so that I don't make a mess like I usually do. We're going to use oregano. We're going to use, this is the type of chili pods that I was telling you guys about the last time. It's chile de árbol and it comes already toasted. So try to find it in your supermarkets where you guys will be able to tell and see that they already are toasted. We mothers work, and then by the time we come home and we start making all kinds of foods and whatever, we want to make sure that we try to do everything as easy as we can. So believe it or not, what I do after I'm done with all these salsas is I freeze them away, and then I just pull them out anytime that I need to use them for whatever reason. If I make tacos, or it just depends on what type of dinner I make, where I'm gonna make a good use of these salsas. So I'll show you guys a good trick to keep them in the freezer as well. We're gonna go with our first one because I don't want to get you guys all confused, but I'm gonna make a green salsa first. And this is actually one of the salsas that we're going to boil as well today. It has serranos. These are very spicy, they're very hot, so if you guys don't want the spice in it, that's perfectly fine. Just switch it up to jalapenos, but I'm gonna use serranos. I have only 3 of them here because they are very spicy, and I have a total of 6 tomatillos. They differ between sizes. This is a small one that I'm showing you guys, but I do have some bigger ones here at the bottom, so it's just a little mixture of everything. So this is a bigger size. We're gonna use an onion and we're gonna use some cilantro, but the cilantro and the onion I'm not going to mix with our boiling water. Only the serranos and my tomatillos. Alrighty, so we're gonna put them into a boil, and that's all we're gonna do for now, so I don't get you guys all confused. Okay, so come on over. Okay, so my water is already boiling here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them in. I'm not worried about the tail because I can always remove them later. And by the way, all my veggies are all washed up and cleaned. So here we go. We're just gonna let them simmer there for a while. It's gonna take about 10 to 15 minutes. All right guys, so this is totally optional. I really like it with cilantro and onion, okay, but I like it raw in my salsa. So it's, like I said, it's totally optional. A lot of people just like the green salsa and plain and simple, just like that. As you guys can see, I have 3 garlic cloves in there. That's gonna be in our blender once that our veggies are all done and completed. Our tomatillo and our serranos are all done. We're gonna put them into the blender. For now, let's just put them on the side, and then we're gonna cut this into small little pieces, as small as you can and as thin as you can with the onion, okay? I'm not gonna use a lot, just a little bit. There we go. Obviously, if you guys were making these salsas for a big crew, for a party or anything like that, then of course you would put a lot more than what I'm using, but for now we're just gonna use just a little bit of that. And we're gonna cut our cilantro as well. It's already all nice and washed, so here we go. So this is almost done. I just want to show you guys real quickly. When it changes color, that means that it's all ready. So I'm going to start pulling some of these out, and I'll probably leave my serranos for a little longer just because the tone of color it's not quite there yet. All right, you guys, so this is all ready to go. So here are my 3 cloves of garlic that I'm going to put into our blender. Yes, they're raw. They don't need to be cooked. It's going to give it a lot of flavor. Our tomatillos are all done. Again, if you guys like it very spicy, you guys are welcome to add more of the serranos, but for my taste, it's perfectly fine with 3 of them. And I am gonna add a little pinch of cominos. That's more than enough for me. So we're gonna use a little bit of the same water where we boiled our serranos and our tomatillos. It's not gonna be much, just a little bit, and I think that should be more than enough. Now I'm also gonna add salt in here with that, and that should do it. I didn't bring it to a full blend just because I like it like this, nice and thick, and it smells very good. So it's optional to leave it exactly that way. Or again, my personal taste, I like it with cilantro and I like it with onions as well. I think that should be more than enough. I'm also gonna add just a little bit more of salt, serranos, right? And that's it. This is all it is to our green salsa. It's very simple, it's very basic. So now I'm gonna put this aside and I'm gonna show you guys our next salsa. This salsa brings a lot of memories because I used to make this salsa for my co-workers way back in 1998 when I was a Bank of America employee. I remember bringing this salsa every single Friday and my teammates will bring in the chips. Then when I became a Key Mortgage employee, I also started to make this salsa for my co-workers as well. I used to bring it every Friday as well, and everybody else would bring in the chips. So it brings me back to a lot of good memories. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make this salsa for those co-workers that worked with me back in the days. You guys will remember this salsa. So if you guys were thinking what type of things I use for it, so here we go. I'm going to show you guys real quickly here. So obviously our cilantro. Now my cilantro, I'm going to put it raw in there and a little bit also in my blender as well. And then we're going to use onion, jalapenos. We're going to use regular tomatoes. I'm using tomato Roma, but you can use any type of tomato you guys want. And then our tomatillo as well. And I'm also using serranos. This is going to be a very spicy salsa as well. And our garlic cloves. And that's just about it that I'm using for this salsa. We're going to put it into a boiling pot with just enough water to boil our half of onion. By the way, it is just half that we're going to use because my other fourth or half, I'm going to use it and I'm going to chop it really good, okay? So let's bring all this into our water. So it doesn't really matter what goes in first to the pot, if it's gonna come out or not, if it's gonna be good enough or whatsoever. So it really doesn't matter. I toss everything all at the same time and I just start pulling things out if they're done quicker. So our tomatoes are already in there, our half of an onion as well. And here's our tomatillos just right here. I am gonna put 4. By the way, I'm using 4 of the big tomatoes, Romas, the half of onion, and then I'm gonna have the 4 tomatillos. I'm also using 4 jalapenos. They are big, only 4 of them. And I'm also gonna use so I have 2 garlic cloves in my blender and I have 2 of them here boiling with the rest of the stuff. Now I'm gonna start taking things that are already all cooked all the way through or boiled in. So here we go. Here's our tomatillos. If you overcook them, it's gonna happen exactly like this, look. It's gonna smash on you, so make sure that you take it right on time. There's one of my garlic cloves. Some of the onions already all done. Our serranos and our other garlic clove. Here's one of the smallest jalapenos, our other serrano, and here we go. Now I'm gonna leave these for just a little bit longer. All right, and how you can tell if they are already all well done, we're gonna stick a fork in there, and if you guys can bring it in, you'll be able to see that it's already all nice and cooked. And again, we're gonna use the same water that we used to boil them in. We're just going to put some of it. And although the water is boiling on my blender, I already know my stuff, so it's going to be perfectly fine. Now I'm going to get some salt. There we go. The trick to this salsa, it's not going to be blended in. It's just basically going to be in turns. So this is what I'm going to do so you guys can see. The whole purpose of this salsa, it's because I wanted it nice and thick. So it's not going to be all nice and blended, okay? Just a few more. All right, almost there. And actually I'm going to add just a little bit more of the water. And that should be enough. So here we go, you guys, nice and chunky. And it smells delicious. All right, we're gonna add some raw cilantro as well. And some of that onion as well. It smells very good, you guys. You can use these type of salsas for your tacos or for just about anything. Like I said, I used to eat this alone with chips. So let's give it a try. It's still hot, so be careful. I'm going to add some more salt to it. Nice. All right, so my next two salsas are going to be red. My sister Rachel makes a really good red salsa. So I'm taking her recipe. You guys are gonna love it as well. And for that recipe, we're gonna use tomatillo as well. I have 8 tomatillos here and they're all big. And I have the chile de árbol that I showed you guys earlier. I also have a couple garlic cloves. We're not gonna use them all. And also I have oregano. And you're gonna need the Reynolds wrap because we're gonna put them into our plancha in the back. Again, if you guys don't have one, that's perfectly fine. Just grab a pot, a pan, anything that you guys can think of, okay? It'll be just perfectly fine, I promise. I'm gonna show you guys a nice quick way where we can use this Reynolds wrap, but first, I don't wanna confuse you guys, so I'm just gonna put everything that you guys see in here back here so you guys can see exactly what I mean by. So my chile de árbol is already all cooked up, as you guys know. I already buy it that way, but if you guys don't have one, I found a few chile de árbol that I have. I'm going to show you guys how easy and simple this is. I'm going to use a couple of these just to show you how easy this is. They're kind of old. I've had them for a while, but they're still really good. All right, so this is almost time for me to wrap them up. For now, I'm going to leave them there for a little longer. And the reason why I like them toasted here first, it's because basically in the Reynolds wrap, they're going to be pre-finished and it's going to take in a lot of the vapor in it and it's going to be watery. And yes, I do want that, but I want that towards the end, not at the beginning. Make sure that your stovetop is low and make sure that you guys are taking care of your chilies. They're the quickest and the fastest to burn, so you got to be quick at this. All right, so these are ready. Quick. We don't want our salsa to taste burnt. And here we go. Our garlic cloves are almost there as well. Here is my Reynolds wrap. And again, I'm putting them in here because it's going to be not long before they start sticking in here and making a big old mess. So we're going to put our garlic cloves already in our blender because they already are toasted enough. With the rest of my chile de árbol, which by the way, I'm using half of a cup, literally half of a cup of chile de árbol. And as you guys can see right up here, I have a total of 7 tomatillos. We're gonna make a little house and we're gonna put them right in there. Just a little pouch. And I'm gonna leave them there. Alright, so our tomatillos are all wrapped in that Reynolds wrap and it's going to stay there for at least another 10 to 15 minutes. And yes, we do have to keep opening it and making sure that our tomatillos are not burned. So it will generate water of its own. If not, if you feel comfortable enough, you can actually add some of the water yourself as well. Mine has just a little bit. Otherwise, if I put too much in it, it'll defeat the whole purpose of us toasting the tomatillos itself. So the reason why you guys see 2 placas right here, it's because I wanted to show you guys that if you guys don't have one that looks like this, you guys can actually use something that looks like a pan basically. I have this one just in case. I wanted to toss everything in there, but like I said, I already have the toasted peppers here, so it's perfectly fine. You don't need one, but just in case, you guys can use anything. Other than that, when I make bigger things or when I make this for a party or anything like this, I use both of them at the same time. This has actually been with me before I even had my kids. Dora, my sister-in-law, gave it to me as a gift as I was wrapping up everything to move into my apartment, and she gave it to me as a gift and I had it ever since then. So it's been with me for over 22 years and I totally love it. Almost done. Toss, turn, and it's changing colors already, so we're just going to keep an eye on them. I'm going to take some out already. As you can see, it has fully changed the color, so this one's already fully cooked. So here we go, and this little one as well. And I'm going to leave the rest of them for a little longer look. Still needs some time, so we're going to put it in here, and we're going to leave it here for just a little longer. Alright, so here are the rest of them. As you guys can see, they're already all done. So here we go. We're going to use that same juice. So for this one, I'm going to use like 1/4 of water. I'm going to use oregano, but I'm not going to use a lot. It's just basically a pinch. And that should be more than enough. I put just a little bit of salt, but I'm also going to use consomme. Remember I told you guys we were going to use this. I really like it, so I'm just going to put 1 full spoon, and it already has salt in it, so that should be more than enough. This is going to come to a full blend, so make sure that you do blend it all together. Nice and smooth. There you guys, here we go. Look at that. Beautiful. And it's really spicy. I'm really trying not to cough, and I hope I don't. If you guys don't like it very spicy, it's perfectly fine. All you have to do is add a lot less of the chile de árbol. So let's give it a taste and see. It has a beautiful kick. It smells and it's so delicious. It's really good. This is one of my sister's favorite salsa that she makes for just about every occasion, okay? And we can have it at any time with any type of meal. It's delicious. All right, so for our final salsa, it's kind of a mixture of green and red as well. The whole purpose of it is that it has these spices that will stand up, and it's so beautifully and it's so pretty looking and tasting so good as well. So you guys will like it in your parties, and everybody's gonna love it as well. So it has a little mixture of everything. Here we go. I have onions, I have tomatillo, I have serranos, garlic cloves, and chile de árbol as well. So all of this stuff is going to be toasted, and we're going to use the same technique that we just used for our red salsa. So I'm going to show you guys back over here how we're going to take care of that. All right, so we're going to do this a little differently. We're going to put our Reynolds wrap right here. All right, I have 5 serranos right here. I'm not taking the tail off until later. Our tomatillos and our garlic cloves. I have 5 of them just because they're so small. And I'm gonna grab some more tomatillos as a matter of fact. Okay. We've been using about 6 tomatillos total, and that's more than enough. The trick here is going to be on our onion right here, because I'm only gonna use half of it. This is how we're gonna use this. We're gonna cut them into morelianas, just like this. And we're going to bring them here and put them right in there. All right. That's more than enough. My family loves spice food, okay? So everything that I make is going to be very spicy because that's just how we like it, especially at my sister's house, okay? My sister says that I can't eat chili, but I really can. I just can't eat her way. Her salsas are very spicy. All right, so we're just going to let this sit. It has to be in a nice low heat, which is what I have right now. We're going to leave it just like that for about 20 minutes. It's going to take about 20 minutes. Make sure that you keep tossing it just to make sure that it's not burnt. We don't want that taste, that flavor in our salsa, so you will have to make sure that you're tossing it back and forth. Here in my blender, I already have the onion, the garlic, and of course my chile de árbol. I'm literally using just 1/4 of that just because I don't want it too spicy, because I already have my serranos over here. And as you guys can see, I didn't put any of the water in here at all. Can you imagine all of that mess into your pan? It's not going to be fun for who has to wash the dishes either. And for our chilies, I just have to make sure that I take the ends off of that. We are all set. Voila, nice and clean. So we're gonna put some cilantro in it as well. We're gonna grab our serranos. We're just gonna cut the tail off. And here we go. Here is our bouillon. It's tomato and salt. And a pinch of oregano. And that should be more than enough. Now we're gonna blend it nice and smooth, and before I do that, I'm gonna add some water. Okay. So that should be more than enough water. I added 1/2 cup of water. Listo. Alrighty, you guys, so here we go. Look at that texture. And it smells delicious. Let's see. It's really good, but it does need a little bit more of salt And there we go. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys all of the salsas that we made today. Let me know which one's your favorite. All right, you guys, this is it. These are all my salsas for today. I do have a lot more that I know how to make. I know how to make a matcha salsa that it's really good. It's based on oil, so I will show you guys definitely on our next video. But for now, I want you guys to see the consistency of each salsa. So this is the most easiest salsa, and that's where we started with. This is just a green salsa with tomatillo and chile serrano. This right here is going to be our red salsa, and this one is based off of tomatillos and also of chile de árbol as well. This right here, it's a little combination of everything. It has tomatillo, it has jalapeno, serrano, onion, and regular tomato roma in it as well, garlic as well. So it's a very nice salsa that you guys can eat with chips. So delicious, and it smells so good. And this is one of my other favorite salsas, which is a combination of everything that you guys have done today or seen today. This one right here is a good taco salsa. It's very spicy. It has a mixture of a little bit of everything. So I'm gonna decorate it here for you guys for just a little, so you guys can get the idea. But it is a very great salsa to have friends over. I made some totopos, and there you guys go. It's a very nice, beautiful presentation, and you guys can set it at a table for other people to enjoy as well. I have put a little bit of every salsa here in this little platter that I did buy over at the Tienda Rosa in Palomas. So I've already mentioned it before. I bought a whole bunch of things when I went on my last visit. So I will give you guys a little tour next time on my kitchen and the stuff that I do have. It'll probably make your life a lot easier if you guys can get handy on the little things. It's not just for presentation. I really use these plates on my daily foods here at the house. I really like them. It was another way to make sure that my kids are not breaking every glass and every glass plate that I've had as well. So it has made our kitchen here a lot more easier as well, and our plates look a lot more beautiful as well. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. I do have a few shout outs, so let me take a look at my phone real fast. All right, here we go. Elisa Martin from Sacramento, California. Miguel Gomez from Paris, California. And Erania Jaramillo from Brawley, California as well. Thank you, everyone. I really appreciate everything that you guys do for me. I also wanted to give a big shout out to Esteban. He's back, and it's great to see him back here in Arizona. I missed him very much. I wish that everything works out for him. Everything that he wants to do, he accomplishes it. It's very important that everybody has a guide here in our lives, and I think that he has a lot of family members and a lot of support and a lot of other people here that love you, mijo. We love you so much. I'm very happy to see you and to have you. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this. Thank you so much. I had a lot of fun making these salsas. It's been a while since I haven't made all different 4 salsas, so I hope you guys enjoy them at your home as well. Now I'm going to take you guys over to my next recipe. I hope you guys like it as well. All right, you guys, for our next recipe, I have some ribs here. We're gonna make some green ribs. That's right. And we're gonna use nopalitos, all right? So make sure that you guys have them handy. They don't have to be like mine. You guys can use the canned ones. You guys are welcome to buy the ones that are already all nice and clean and pretty. But I like these at the store, so I bought a few of those. So I'm gonna be making a green salsa with serranos and tomatillo, cilantro as well. And some of my spices are going to be oregano, and then our pepper, the big type of pepper, and then cumin and consomme, which is bouillon. And then I have some leaves over here as well. We're only going to be using a few of those just to give it some flavor. Onions and our garlic cloves. So I hope that you guys join me for my next video. Thank you so much. If you guys don't have the serranos, that's perfectly fine. Again, this is all about the spice. So if you guys don't like it very spicy, you're welcome to use jalapenos instead. So I'll see you guys on my next video. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend.